What do you get if grip combat racing collided with a cyberpunk street racer featuring realistic cars? You end up with Cyber Clutch Hot Import Knights. It's an arcade-style combat racer where you choose from a roster of vehicles, each equipped with unique weapons and abilities, and unleash them across futuristic city tracks packed with hazards and shortcuts. By now, I'm sure all of you who already knew about the game have either played it or at least formed an opinion about it. But if you haven't, let me give you a quick rundown. The game kind of falls flat. It's not really good, but it's not bad either. It just sits somewhere in the middle. And honestly, that's the worst place to be because when you're average, you're forgettable. On Steam, it's sitting with mixed reviews, which pretty much sums things up. In short, on paper, it sounds fun and flashy, but in reality, it's struggling to impress everyone or anyone for that matter. Another big issue is competition. Cyber Clutch didn't just show up on an empty track. It dropped onto consoles that already have plenty of racers fighting for your attention. You've got stuff like Team Sonic Racing, Lego 2K Drive, and even smaller titles like Ed and Edda Grand Prix. And then sitting right next to those are the giants Forza Horizon, Gran Turismo, Need for Speed. When those heavyweights are on the same shelf, a smaller indie racer has a hard time getting noticed. Cyber Clutch has some charm, sure, but without a big fan base or a huge budget behind it, it just sort of fades into the background. That brings me to my twist. What if Cyber Clutch had launched on the PSP or maybe even the PS Vita instead of modern consoles? Sounds a little wild, I know, but hear me out. The PSP sold over 80 million units worldwide, which makes it one of the best-selling handhelds ever. That's a massive install base, and while not all of them are still kicking, a good chunk of those consoles are sitting in closets, drawers, or up for sale online. People still love that handheld. And here's the thing, the PSP library dried up almost a decade ago. The last new releases hit around 2016, so if Cyber Clutch suddenly showed up as a fresh title in 2025, it wouldn't be fighting against the Forzas and Gran Turismos of the world. It would basically have the track all to itself. No crowded marketplace, no billion-dollar franchises breathing down its neck. Just a brand new racing game dropping onto a handheld where fans are starved for something new. On top of that, the PSP already supported online play. If you remember jumping into Monster Hunter or Tekken Tag Tournament 2 back in the day, you know the handheld could handle competitive multiplayer, so Cyber Clutch's 8-player lobbies and ranked races would still work just fine. It's not like they'd have to gut the experience, it would translate surprisingly well. And stylistically, the game already feels like it belongs there. The PSP had cult classics like the Wipeout series, and Cyber Clutch already captures that same look and vibe. It's got that same futuristic, flashy vibe mixed with car combat. So yeah, imagine a brand new UMD spinning up in 2025. It would be more than just a game, it'd be a throwback moment. A retro-styled racer landing on old hardware in the modern day? That's the kind of thing people would actually talk about, instead of it just getting lost on Steam charts. So yeah, that's Cyber Clutch. It's a solid little arcade racer, but it never really managed to stand out on modern consoles. To me, the problem isn't the game itself as much as where and when it landed. If it had come out on a handheld like the PSP or Vita in 2025, I think it could have found an audience instead of getting buried under all the big-name racers. But that's just how I see it. What about you? Would you actually play a brand new Cyber Clutch if it dropped on old hardware like the PSP or Vita? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious. And hey, if you like this kind of what-if racing talk, make sure to check out my Hot Wheels Unleashed video next. It's another wild ride.